Baby steps in order for your convenience.
Hey, it's Rachel Cruz, co-host on The Ramsey Show. If you want to do your debt-free scream live on the show, visit RamseySolutions.com/debt-free scream. We'd love for you to come to Nashville and tell Dave your story. That's RamseySolutions.com/debt-free scream.
Alrighty, after show over. No, Ramsey show over. After show beginning. Knew it was one of those. Okay, got all the links in the chat today, quickly. Alrighty. You can see it's show number 282 today. And you guys know what day it is, right? Yeah. Yeah. 7 a.m. waking up in the morning, gotta be fresh, gotta go downstairs, gotta have my bowl, gotta have cereal, seeing everything, the time is going, ticking on and on, everybody's rushing, gotta get down to the bus stop, gotta catch my bus, I see my friends, kicking in the front seat, sitting in the back seat, gotta make my mind up for what's it can I take. It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying, yeah. Budgeting, yeah. Fun. Looking forward to the weekend. Alright. Now we're gonna take the room down just a little bit and listen for the drum taps. Like all plans, it starts with step 1. $1,000 emergency fund. Step 2, you'll pay off all your debt. Except mortgage, we don't do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. Every one of those charges, from smallest to largest. Baby step 3 is next. Full emergency fund of expenses. You stay gazelle intensive. His name's Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him, I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I go, and why I host this after show. If you don't like the way it's working out, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, you should do Dave's baby steps. Now step 4 is when you can take a breath and go less gazelle and invest. Step 5 is to save for your kid. No student loans at all for college. 6 is to pay off your home. Step 7, build your wealth and don't keep it all yourself. And you've lived like nobody else. Now you get to live large, and now you get to give large. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him, I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I go, and why I host this YouTube show. If you don't like the way it's working out, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have that financial peace, you should do Dave's baby steps. Trumpet, take it home. Live from Columbus, OH. It's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. Here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat and the people in it, and all things financial and whatever else I want to talk about. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach, and you can schedule a free consultation assessment at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. Links at the top of the chat and in the video description below. You can email me about anything, yes, anything, at CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. You can also reach me on Instagram. Add me on the gram. Coach Steve Money, no spaces. And if you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better, that's paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. All right, let's move this over here. Get the chat back up. What up, Ellie? What up, Magical? Thanks for dropping by. Alrighty, on a new show after a live event last night. A little bit surprising, but I guess George and Rachel flew back early this morning. George had Chipotle at the Orlando airport at 8 a.m. So pretty cool for him. And he was in the driver's seat while Rachel was co-host. And let's go with the part of the George Camel song that we have. This right here is not for anything. This is for this was for somebody said this in the chat one time. I fought the debt and the debt lost, and so of course I thought about, I fought the debt and the debt lost. I fought the debt and the debt lost. Anyway, so I just put that on there. That's not part of the song, but anyway, this goes like this. Yeah. He used to host YouTube back in the day. KC calls him George, Camel with a K. Now George has 3 podcasts. They don't cost a cent. A borrowed future, entree, leadership, and the fine print. Opened up YouTube, saw the thumbnail was Camel. It's always fun with George on the panel. Ayo wears Asus and Deloney wears flannel. No one does it better than our guy George Camel. Paid his house off. Got all the horse owners mad at him today. Got a second dog though. And a Tesla. Alright. And what up, Polsky? And I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz, for good advice that she learned in her youth. Talks about friends when she shows us how to be millionaires. Know yourself, know your money, love your life, not theirs. And I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz, mentioning Winston, mentioning Target. Guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz, mentioning Winston, mentioning Teslas. And I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz. Mentioning Target. And I guess that's why we all love Rachel Cruz. Alrighty. Market report. Alrighty, as you can see, mixed today, mostly down though. That's why we have the Price is Right losing horn for that, but mostly down. S&P just a hair up today. Same thing with the Dow. And NASDAQ down 0.3%. Russell Small Cap Index down 0.17, percent. Let's see. Do we have that? S&P 500 briefly falls into bear market territory as recession fears mount. And that's basically when it did this in the middle of the day, when it got to down here. That, I guess, would be bear market territory. Earnings calendar we got. What we got coming up next week is Snowflake, NVIDIA, and Costco. We got that Salesforce, CrowdStrike, and Broadcom. Most followed single stocks on the Google. Apple was up 0.17. Amazon up 0.25%. Artist formerly known as Facebook, Meta Platforms Inc. up 1.18%. So it wasn't always all bad news, but Tesla down 6.42. Microsoft down a little bit. Google owner Alphabet Inc. 1.34% down. Check the rest of the planet. Everything up in Europe. Everything up in Asia too, as well. Currencies. U.S. dollar up against the euro. The euro. Euro is a different thing, and that sounds good about right now. I would love one of those. U.S. dollar up on the Japanese yen. Actually, the British pound, though, up on the U.S. dollar. U.S. dollar, though, up on the Canadian dollar, sorry. But the Australian dollar up on the U.S. dollar. And let's see, but about housing crypto, all down today. And that's what, and George also told a guy, told somebody to sell their horse, and also told a guy to cash out all of his crypto so he could be out of debt. Which it would be the same advice if it was single stocks in a non-retirement account. That would also be the advice there, to get rid of those and get rid of the debt. So same difference. Alright, that's from the Wall Street Journal, WSJ.com. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk tax data leaked out a year ago. That's old news. IRS leaders still wait for answers. Treasury Secretary Yellen, Commissioner Rettig, and lawmakers say they want findings from investigations, and so far have received none. That came from somewhere. The Supreme Court decision on Roe versus Wade got leaked from somewhere, and so no word on any of that yet. Oh, breaking news. What is it? Federal judge blocked Biden from ending Title 42, a Pandy-era policy that prevents migrants at the U.S.-Mexico border from seeking asylum. All right. What up? Sid was out adulting today. What up, AJ? Thanks for dropping by. So it's Sid's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Polsky, that's false about the I-bonds. Because you're only considering this 1 year. You have to have it in 5 years. If you don't have it in 5 years, you're losing 30% of the proceeds. And you mean to tell me by the time 5 years is up, you don't think the market's going to be back at a high, which makes a lot of the money if people are still buying. That makes that so much worth more. So disagree, sir, on that. Where is this from? AppleInsider.com. EU law will force Apple to blow open its entire hardware and software stack. That sounds like that's what she said. But I think that means they have to say how they make it so that third-party people can repair it. Let's see. Restricted app stores, hardware features, and more. Bum, bum, bum. Parliament stands united against the unfair practices of gatekeepers. This is the penultimate step for DMA to enter into force. For me, it has always been important to fast-track this law while making it better. Digital Markets Act, okay, and Digital Service Act will face a very own restrictions on so-called gatekeeper companies like Apple and Google. For example, the rules could force Apple to allow third-party app stores on its platforms, make iMessage interoperable with other communication apps. Why? And end self-preferencing of first-party apps within marketplaces. It's their marketplace. Why? I don't know why. Don't know why. They built all that. You didn't help them. The other apps that want to go onto the store, they didn't build that either. So, Robert Perry, thanks for dropping by. What up? Alrighty. There's 10 photos of Google's massive new campus with dragon scale solar panels. I guess they know winter is coming. Alright. Looks like a tent in there. And of course cubicles. They got a fun staircase, and you can run outside of it. Cool. There you go. Get some free electricity from the sun. Cool. I mean, it's pretty neat, no? All right. This is from Tom's. No thanks on that. X on that. Tom'sHardware.com. Intel invests $700 million in emerging liquid cooling solutions, re-emphasizing commitment to industry standard immersion liquid cooling. So we're working on that for basically data centers. Processors, got to cool them down. They be getting a little warm. Processing all our data. That's from CNBC. Emergency savings take a hit as households adjust their finances amid high inflation. About 1/3 of adults are putting less money in their emergency funds so they're able to cover everyday expenses, according to a study. Inflation in April was 8.3% year over year, far above the Federal Reserve target of 2%. Consumers are delaying some financial goals due to inflation, the study shows. Now, the money does have to come from somewhere. Average reduction in monthly contribution to those emergency accounts is $243, with millennials making the biggest cut, $289. And of course, the emergency fund for us isn't a thing that you would have to add to every single month. You would say you would decide whether you want a 3 month or 6 months or somewhere in between amount of expenses. And once it gets to that number, then you would cut that off, and then you wouldn't use that money anymore. So you wouldn't access the emergency fund just to pay for inflation stuff. You would have to have that. You would have to budget that out. Increase your grocery and gas and stuff. And so you'd have to budget that out. Let's see what else we got. On this, at the same time, long-term savings are being less impacted. 72% of those surveyed said they still expect to retire at their desired age. Among those not retired, we're seeing this group making necessary adjustments to their financial strategies while not allowing short-term anxiety to derail their plan for retirement. And that part is excellent. Ellie's job is to blow sunshine up everyone's rear today, so that's good. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. No, we could all use some sunshine. I don't know if we need it there necessarily, but it's good to have that. Oh, we already did that. That must have been on there twice. All right. Oh, let's see if I missed it. I don't think I missed anything in the thing. We got Sid's birthday. Robert Perry working tonight. Alright, let's see what we got on the Reddit. Not really that much. Actually, not that much to talk about in all those headlines. Just being aware of the headline. Pretty good enough. Let's see. Debt free 11 minutes ago from Kitten 1100. 24F and just finished paying off my student debt within a year. Excellent. I have a small emergency fund and I'm so excited for my life ahead of me. Thank you for everyone sharing their stories here and on the pod to help keep me motivated. Excellent. Merging 529 plans. Interesting. This from RWWN, R1. Looking at starting 529 plans for 4 kids, current ages 8, 6, 3, and 1. I'd like to just have 2 529 plans for the 2 older kids. And what doesn't get used, I change the beneficiary to the younger ones. That's no problem with that. I'm afraid the 5-year gap between the 2 oldest and youngest isn't big enough in case the older ones delay college and the younger ones go sooner. Well, if you do 4 plans, could you just merge the older ones with the young ones when the time comes? I don't know if it works like that. I don't know if you can do that. Let's see if anybody knows. Be careful here. The financial in consideration grant scholarships that could be impacted if they have inflated 529s. What if you die before the youngest turns 18? Another can of worms, yeah. You can only have 1 beneficiary at a time on a 529 plan. However, once one is done using, you can transfer to the other. 2 older kids may be in school at the same time, so it will be hard to do. Maybe split it between the 8 3-year-olds and 6 1. Oh, I see. The easiest thing is just have 4 accounts. Yeah. Why not have? Well, he doesn't want to have 4 accounts because he doesn't want to have money in the older kid's account left over, which he may not anyway. But yeah, I don't know about that. I don't think he can merge that. See if the Google knows about that. Merging 529 plans. When did you switch? You're permitted to roll over assets from one 529 plan into another 529 plan. For rollover satisfies the following conditions, do not incur any tax consequences. 1 rollover to another 25 per 12-month period for the same beneficiary. Okay. Well, this says you can do it then. Okay. Or you can't merge it, but you can roll that over. So I guess if you can roll it over to another 529 plan, they can have more than one. Because it's saying per 12-month period for the same beneficiary. That means the next year you could roll over another 529 plan, which would have two 529 plans in their name. So I guess you can do it, according to the Google. And the Google knows everything, right? Alright, let's see. Did you hear 4 hours ago? No, keep it civil, no rudeness or trolling. Trying to justify the cost of a smart investor pro. What a scam. Only a moron would pay 1%. If you don't know what you're doing, it's well worth it. That one's SP 500 and chill. But they have the heart of a teacher. Alright, yeah, they're just making fun of it. Again, I don't know why you go on the subreddit of the guy that you don't agree with anything on. I don't get that. I'm not in the debt leverage subreddit, for example. Let's see, play ball 9750, small victory here. So I'm currently on base step 1. Let's go to the whole thing. I was partway to my $1,000 mark and just waiting for my next paycheck to drop the last bit. Also in my budget, I do a small savings categories that I drop a little cash in, namely for medical, car repair, and unexpected vet expenses, all of which still allow me to pursue steps 1 and 2. Yeah, we don't really do that. You should get to the $1,000 first and then start those saving categories, basically sinking funds to cover those. You should get to your $1,000 first. Because if it is an emergency medical issue or emergency car repair or unexpected vet expenses for a horse, maybe, if you do have those, you can dip in the emergency fund for that. So, I mean, I guess it's all the same deal. So, especially if you have it in the same account. So, I guess that's not that big a deal. But basically, it's get to your $1,000 emergency fund first before doing specific sinking funds. But I will say $1,000, even just part of $1,000 will save you. Absolutely will. Recently discovered a small lump on my neck. Yikes. Q health anxiety. Set up appointment. Even with just starting out, I was able to cover my copay and some lab work that ate into my deductible. Much. My mini health savings, only $50 at a time, and a little more than a third of my $1,000. Made sure I was able to cover it. Okay, in the past, I'd be deciding what bill was going to be a month behind. Right, that's what it's there for. I know there's a lot more work ahead. My savings will be fully built up eventually, but just starting even a little will save your tail, even in the beginning. And I already have a plan to replace the money I pulled from my $1,000 within a month by cutting back on a couple budget categories. You can always quickly rebuild from the start if needed. Also, doctor gave me the all clear. Excellent. Of the worst health anxiety. Hey man, a lump's a lump, especially if you're getting up there, if you're getting old. Alrighty, and did we do? Nope, 7 hours ago. Baby step 3 flare from Mickey Mouse 69420. Coming up on baby steps 4, 5, and 6, and trying to decide on my baby college fund. I know most people do a 529. I was wondering if there are other types of accounts I can save the money for her in. She's 1 year old. So we have a ways to go. But what if she doesn't want to go to college? I would still want her to have that money that will still cover trade schools. So you could still do that as well. You could look into ESA possibly. To keep it... so that you could use it forever, you could do a non-retirement investing account. You're going to pay tax on it both ways. But yeah, that's something you could do. And baby step 4, 5, and 6, that is investing 15% of gross income. 5 is to save for kids' college. And 6 is to pay off the house early. With a 1-year-old, it depends on how fast you could pay your house off. If you could get that house paid off before starting that, you could do that as well. So, but maybe step 5 is not necessarily doing that right now, but that you do have a plan for it. But you certainly could put a little bit, and it's on sale right now, so why not? Can an emergency fund be in a brokerage account? Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. That's from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Negative, because you have to have immediate access to your emergency fund. So unless you have check writing privileges for your brokerage account or a debit card for your brokerage account, which I don't think those exist. So it takes time to get that money out of there, and you have to have immediate access to it. So, and like Rachel says, repeat after me, not an investment. Emergency fund is not an investment. It's to take care of you so you have money to take care of emergencies. All right, Space Flamingo 3. Also known as Banana Peels 4. All right. Value of completing a Ramsey Financial Coach certification. For him, I don't think any, because he doesn't agree with anything that Dave says. Let's just read it. Hey everyone, I'm wondering how valuable it is to get a Ramsey Financial Coach certification. I have a dual degree in finance and business analytics, but not English, obviously. Just mess with him. Yet some followers are arguing that this certification is much more valuable. I disagree. Of course you disagree, because you don't agree with Dave on anything. Want to know if this certification actually has any inherent value or career benefits to it. Yeah, it teaches you way more about what Dave recommends. So if you don't want to if you're not going to recommend what Dave recommends, then you don't need it. Simple as that. And this one we did yesterday. Oh, there's more comments in there, so let's get some more rudeness or trolling. All manners pacing in charge, followed by Roundabout Hope Stealer. We did that. Fox and CNN would make you act irrationally and think this guy is always falling down. It's true. It's true. Turn off your TV. He still says that. He keeps parroting his Fauci math because Fauci always overestimates to cover his butt. Always in previous pandemics and other things like AIDS crisis. Totally overestimated. Let's see. Frankly, there's a point where the show is good for laugh. Yeah, but for good advice, Dave's a pretty low bar. Why you watching it? Why you on the? I don't get it. I don't get it. Just I mean, why watch it? Why be on the forum? I value my time more than that. I would seek out something I actually enjoy / degree and agree with. So let's see. Cringe or the more. Yeah, we did that yesterday. Don't relate to many of them. Forever alone. 50K earning blue collar guy. Middle class 2 income families, right? And so if you had a wife and she was working, you would be in the 100K household as well. So just because you're not married, that's that doesn't affect people that are married. So yeah, all right. And that person listens to hear train wrecks, skips the debt free calls. course, you can do whatever you want to. I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. Let's see. Yeah, Ellie, you can do check writing from the money market account, and you're gonna get like 0.5% a year on that, I think. Matt Daniels likes my singing. Thanks so much. But yeah, you can do the check writing for the money market account. So if you want to get that 0.5% per year, you can certainly do that. Absolutely. Oh, let's see what we got for upcoming streams. Oh, so this was weird. Let's see. I sent them a message about it. Let's see if it's still up there. Yeah, a video game that I did last night, stream, just like all the rest of my streams that I've done. I've done many video game streams over the previous year, and I've done all of them the same, where at the beginning I put my links in the chat, and then I start playing. And this one, I put my links in the chat, and I played the game that's in the description. Last of Us Part 2 full playthrough. Bonus Old Man Video Gaming. Yeah, that's the title of it. And for some reason, they made it private because of their spam and deceptive practices thing. And so that's the only thing I can think that they, since it's a game stream, and since I, took a minute at the beginning to put my links in the chat and save them, and then I played the game for 3 hours without talking about that. So anyway, I asked them, and you can appeal, but the appeal says not available. So I sent them an email. We'll see if there's anything back on that. I actually did get an email earlier. Let's see if that's from them. And so we can have closure on it right now. Nope, that's a Hulu limited trial offer for $1. All right, so I did that, and that was part 6. So I've done 5 other ones right there. There's part 5, there's part 4, there's part 3 and 2, and part 1 of that. And none of those got copyright claimed for some of the music in there in the game, but they didn't get whacked for spam and deceptive practices. So hopefully that will get resumed, or they can tell. I mean, if that's what it is, they should just tell me, because they didn't specify what the problem is. They could just tell me, and then I would cut that part out so I could leave the thing up. So, and I wouldn't do that anymore if they're not going to allow that. Yeah, so that's the dealio on that. Let's see, what are we doing? Upcoming streams. That's Wednesday and Saturday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Bonus Old Man Video Gaming. I do bonus ones other days, and not announced ahead of time. And so I may try a stream 7 tonight and do it exactly the same way and see if that one gets whapped too. So I might do that tonight. I don't know what time that would be though. This show, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, tech support with Coach Steve Money. I do the same thing on that as well. At the beginning of it, I put my links in the chat. And the link, the links, I'm going to talk about them right now. But I put that at the beginning of there either. I don't do it on the Curse of Oak Island No Cap recaps. Those are pre-recorded. I do give those links at the end. Maybe that's what I'm going to have to start doing. Maybe. I would like to know before I just start start doing it. So I think I'm going to do it the same way unless they let me know what the problem is on that. I still have to recap the last companion show. Season 9 of Curse of Oak Island is done. Season 10 will start in November, late October, early November, if they do like they do normally. So I still have to do the Curse of Oak Island no cap recap for the last companion show. And there could be other companion shows, and they might stretch them out. They might space them out through the summer to keep us interested, perhaps. And these are the links that I give. I mean, they're my links. They're not to some third-party site like Amazon or something like that where I'm trying to make money from that. This is my link. This is to schedule a free consultation with me. And the link is at the top of the chat and in the video description below. And you just click on that link and it will take you to calendly.com. You click on financial coaching and then you can pick the date and the time. Excuse me. And then Calendly will let me know when you want that appointment, and I'll email you back to let you know what information I need from you in order to accurately financially assess you. Excuse me. Sorry. Too much singing. 4 songs today. PayPal link is paypal.me/CoachSteveMoney if you'd like to donate. Other game streamers have that on their streams. Instagram, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. Other streamers have that on their stream. An email, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. If you'd like, you can talk to me about whatever you want, including things that are on my YouTube channel. And so I don't understand. So, but hopefully they will get back to me on that. And some of the stuff I do that you can talk to me about is the Oak Island stuff, my Aftershow, the video gaming, with a missing part 6 right now for The Last of Us Part 2. That's my favorite game. Computer stuff, including playing PC Building Simulator and the Tech Support Show, and these nutty songs that I've written. So you can email me about that or whatever is on your mind. People have written with anything that was on their mind. I don't mind chatting with you guys a little bit because I do have that kind of time. Alrighty. So hopefully YouTube will take care of me. What else did I have to... just basically have a great weekend, everybody. And make smart YouTube and financial decisions every day.